Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So in this video, I'm going to tell you some reasons why I think you should consider the Moto Z or the Moto Z Force. So let's get into this thing. First, Moto mods. Now, Moto mods is something that's only available right now for the Moto Z and the MotoZForce because they're exclusive to this phone. They're made specifically for this phone. Now, I have the To Me battery pack, which I paid $59 for. This is a style mod that comes free in the box, and this is the JBL speaker. Now, this thing is just a monster and totally worth it. I believe it's $79 at Best Buy, and you can buy it also through Motorola's website directly. But Moto mods is one of the main reasons I would tell a person to buy the Moto Z or the MotoZForce. The To Me mod or the Incipio mod adds 2200 milliamps to your phone. So if you're running low or you just want to have a larger battery all the time, well, I have the Moto Z, and the Moto Z has 2600 milliamp hours, and it actually has fantastic battery life. I get at least 4.5 hours of screen on time on every charge. But when I pop this on, it takes me up to 4800 milliamp hours total. And it is a monster when you put that on there. So you can get the Incipio one for $59, or you can get this one for $59. If you go to Verizon, they actually sell them for $79 and $89, I believe. But I say go to Best Buy or try to grab it directly through Motorola. Now this next mod right here is a style mod. This style mod is something that just makes the phone look a lot better, and it'll cover up that big ugly hump on the back that you have from your camera. See? So the style mod, there's different versions of this. Hit Motorola's website and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of different versions of this that you can get. Different colors, different types of wood. It's actually pretty hot, and I would definitely recommend you grab this in a different color or a different style wood, and it'll make this phone look completely different. Last but not least is the JBL mod. Now this mod right here is a mod I would tell a person to get over any other mod if they could possibly get one. There's also a projector mod, but for $300, I don't think so. The JBL mod is one of the hottest mods. I can't tell you right now. Until they bring the camera mod, I don't know. The JBL mod is actually really, really good. It turns this phone into a concert hall. It is just truly amazing. When I tell you it's hot, it's really, really hot. So the JBL mod will make this phone sound really, really good. It only has a front firing speaker on it, but when you pop this on, it's definitely a go. Serious must if you have this phone. And that's the first reason why I think you ought to pick up the Moto Z or the MotoZForce. Moto mods. Next, the cameras. The cameras on the Moto Z and the MotoZForce are amazing. Now, I have the Moto Z, so I can only imagine how good the MotoZForce cameras are in daily use. I take some serious pictures with this phone, and they all look amazing. So I'm gonna just jump over here and take a photo real quick. Got some different color things up there. This is super, super clear. Do you see that? This camera is very, very impressive. Watching it on video really doesn't do it any justice. It's one of those things where you just have to get it in your hand and you're gonna have to use it. This phone has fantastic front and rear cameras. I put it up against the Note 7, and I'm gonna have to do a rematch because everybody feels like I cheated, or they feel like my Note 7, something's wrong with it. So I'll do it again. But I say this phone performs better in daylight situations than the Note 7. Don't sleep on it. So cameras on this thing, definitely a must. I say this is one other reason why you should pick up this phone, the Z or the Z Force, the cameras. Next is build quality. This one I have is called the MotoZ Droid. It is super, super thin. It comes in at 5.2 millimeters at its thinnest point. Do you see that? That is amazingly thin. Can't believe they pack all that technology in this little body. Now it does have this ugly camera hump right here, but all you gotta do, pop a style mod on there, or any mod, and the hump is gone. The style mod definitely is one for this phone, and I've said it before, but this is the reason that I got the thin model, not to knock the bigger model. I just didn't want it. I knew that I was going to have the JBL mod, and I know it would make it even thicker. Now, it sounds funny, right? Because the Z Force is only 7 millimeters. I want it as thin as I could possibly get it, and that's what made me get this version. Super thin, high quality build quality. The quality on here is just very good. It's got a ridge power button here. Volume rockers are here. Camera with front flash, front firing speaker. The fingerprint reader is still hideous to me, but the fact that this phone has all these microphones on it because it can hear me from miles away is really good. The USB Type-C single down there is really cool. It has a SIM tray which doubles as a SD card slot as well. So that's just one more reason why I think you should pick up this phone. The build quality on here is just ridiculous. There's a guy called Jerry Riggs. I know you guys already know who he is. He tested this phone in a torture test, and it did fantastic. This thin model. So, go check it out. You'll see. Next, the software. Now, this phone right here is pretty much just stock Android. You really can't find too many phones that run stock Android that's considered not to be stock Android this well. This phone only has 4 gigs of RAM, and it does very, very well. On first boot, when it settles, you get about 1.7 available. Now, that's not a lot of the 4 gigs of RAM, but I have never had any problems and hiccups with nothing on this phone. Nothing. The phone works flawlessly. When I tell you it's fantastic, no hiccups, you are going to love it. Software. Pretty much stock Android, and it's very impressive. No problems. That's another reason why I think you should get it. Software. And last but not least, this is one more reason why I think you ought to pick up this phone, is the screen. I've got it pointed right at you so you can see those gorgeous viewing angles. This has a 5.5-inch display, and it's Quad HD. Now for the techies, I think that's about 535 pixels. This phone is great. When I tell you it's good, it is very, very good. I think you'll really enjoy this phone for watching movies, whatever you want to do, looking at your favorite pictures that you've just taken with this beautiful 13 megapixel camera on the back. I think you'll be very impressed with this screen. Quad HD, AMOLED display, not Super AMOLED, but it's still AMOLED, and it is fantastic. So those are some reasons why I think you ought to pick up this phone. You can agree or disagree in the comments. Nonetheless, I think this is a fantastic phone, and I think it's well worth every penny. That one reason, at this very moment, on August 22nd, 2016, the phone is only available on Verizon. That is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. That's bad. It's exclusive to Verizon, which is just not good. So if you want to get either one of these phones, you have to go through Verizon to get it, and that sucks. So for now, you can try to jump on Swappa, eBay, because the plus about these phones are they're factory unlocked. So I've been using this on T-Mobile since day one. I made a few calls with Verizon. I took my SIM card out because I didn't get it for the Verizon account. I got it to use on my T-Mobile account. And I tell you, there's questions that people ask. Does it work on T-Mobile 4G LTE? Does it work on AT&T LTE? Yes, I get full LTE, and I travel at least once a week out of town, and I never drop LTE. And it only has band 2 and 4 for LTE. So it doesn't have band 12, but that has not affected me in any kind of way. Full LTE all day long. So there you have it. That's the one reason why I would tell you not to try to get it, is because it's exclusive to Verizon. Other than that, this phone is a serious 100% go-getter. So if you can find it on Swappa, eBay, wherever, Craigslist, grab one if you can. You'll be extremely impressed. It's your man Jay Will. See you in the next one. Take care.